and I know a lot of you will hate me for saying this, but this is something that you need to understand. I call it to be a fast track class. Before judging anything, watch the entire video. I'm not saying that you have to compulsorily take full-fledged classes. In fact, I am someone who has secured All India ranks without taking any classes.
Before we start this video, do like and subscribe to our channel and not miss on any updates.
Hello students, today I am going to talk about a very important aspect in your preparation, and I know a lot of you will hate me for saying this, but this is something that you need to understand. I am going to talk about fast track classes. Fast track classes. Now I call this not to be a fast track class, but I will call it to be a fast trap class. Before judging anything, watch the entire video, try to understand what I am trying to say, and if possible or if required, take necessary corrective actions at your end. Sir, why are you calling this fast trap classes? Even you provide fast track classes, then how can it be a trap? This is a trap for those students who take fast track classes as a substitute of in-depth 100% study. Now that in-depth 100% study can be self-study, can be through classes. I am not saying that you have to compulsorily take full-fledged classes. In fact, I am someone who has secured All India ranks without taking any classes. So I am not saying you take full-fledged classes. But what I am saying is, before you jump into relying on fast track classes, you should first ensure that 100% of the syllabus is completed in depth at your end. Now that you can do using self-study or that you can do taking classes, that is fully up to you. That depends on your ability, your skill set, your discipline and your dedication. Right? You have to complete that. Then fast track classes will not be a trap. It will actually be a class which is helpful for your examination preparation. That is the first thing that you need to understand. Now you may have a question, sir, why are you calling this a trap? It is a trap because what I have seen is amongst a lot of students, and I have seen this more peculiarly in CA final students, because once they pass CA inter, confidence level goes up like anything and they feel that we have conquered the world. But the fact of the matter is CA final is still pending. Okay. So for most of the students, there is this constraint of college. This is largely for CA inter students, and then they have this constraint of articleship, which is for CA final students. It is a matter of fact that especially in articleship, you will not get enough time for preparation. Right? You will not get enough time for preparation, and what students start thinking in, especially after that 2-year articleship period, we will start preparation after 2 years. For college goers also, it is like they don't have sufficient time for focusing on studies. Then what do? After some time has passed by, and once these attempts start coming nearer, after every attempt we get that pressure. One attempt is over, now your attempt is one attempt closer. So that pressure builds up and you start figuring out how to prepare. Now I will explain you using a CA final example. If you look at any course, financial reporting, AFM, audit, and this is important for inter students also, you can apply the same thing for your subjects. Audit, you have DT and you have IDT. If I put a minimum threshold of hours of lectures, FR 200, AFM about 200, audit maybe 180 to 150, DT around 200, IDT maybe somewhere around 140. On an average, each subject will be around 200, and to fully prepare along with classes, or if you are doing only self-study, the total time that you should be dedicating is 400 hours each. This could be maybe 350 hours, 400 hours, and this could be maybe 300 hours on a rough basis. So 4 3s are 12 plus 3 16 plus 3 18, all put together you have to spend 2000 hours to study these 5 subjects. Okay. Now 2000 hours if you have to study these 5 subjects, if your articleship gives you only 3 hours per day, or if they give you only 4 hours per day time to study, 4 hours is very unlikely. Even if you study 3 hours per day, divide this by 3, you need 660 days roughly to complete your studies. Even if you are doing self-study, that is the time you need. 660 days means almost 2 years time. Almost 2 years time will be needed to complete the thing. Now once you have started delaying your preparation, what happens? You don't have so much of time. Then what you start doing? You start looking for shortcuts. When you start looking for shortcuts, and there are great ways of marketing, fast trap classes. You fall into this trap. And what happens is, because you are doing a fast track class, please understand, if I am teaching something in 200 hours and if the same thing I am giving in 100 hours, level of depth will be lower, number of questions will be lesser, detailed explanation will also be lesser. And if you look at recently concluded examination paper of CA Inter or CA Final, you will for sure understand that in 1 or 2 subjects, ICAI will go into depth, and that subject can be any subject, and if you miss that, then your entire group is spoiled. So please understand, if someone is teaching for 200 hours, the level of explanation will be much different. And one more problem is, if I have to cover, let us say, 500 questions in a regular class, I will cover only 200 questions in a fast track class. What about balance 300? Sir, that we will prepare on our own. Now, if you want to prepare on your own, you don't have so much of time. So what you start doing? You start ignoring the remaining questions. That is hampering your results in the examination, whether you believe it or not. Now, you may have an argument, sir, a lot of my friends have passed just by following fast track classes. Go and check with them. Have they just done fast track classes, or they have already completed syllabus before the fast track classes, or they are putting a lot of effort to complete the syllabus with fast track classes? Means they are taking fast track classes, but they are putting 100% effort to complete the full syllabus in detail. What are they doing? Most of the cases they would be doing the second thing. So if you want to take fast track classes, my sincere advice to you is, you do it if your 100% syllabus is complete either through self-study or by classes. I am not saying by full-fledged classes. Just what I am requesting is complete 100% of the syllabus. And the reason is also very clear. If you look at your preparation and all, if you study 100, you will remember 30. If you study 50, you will remember only 15. Mark this. Okay, that is where a lot of students are struggling. You take fast track classes, results are negative, you become depressed, then again you take some revision, again the result become negative, and you get stuck in this vicious circle. That is the first thing. Second thing is, this should be only for purpose of revision or as a supplement. And the last is for those who can take risk. If you want to take risk, and and I pray even after taking this risk, you should pass with flying colors. I will be more than happy as a teacher to see the students passing. But I feel bad when I see students struggling because of this wrong approach, especially at CA final level. See, all of you have moved up from CA foundation, CA inter, and at CA final level, if you do these mistakes, that is actually what hurts us. So before getting into this trap, please understand whether that actually suits you, whether you will be able to put on extra effort at your end to complete 100% of the syllabus in depth. And I have data to prove that students who have completed 100% of the syllabus have higher and higher and higher chances of passing, and if you have not completed your syllabus, the chances of passing will start reducing. Please keep that in mind. I hope this video is helpful. And if you found this useful, do like this video, do share this video with your friends who are struggling, and ensure that you will put 100% effort in your preparation. Thank you.